Everybody front and center.
You didn't mention we had a guest. Who's our large friend?
Torian's usually punctual.
Aw, let the kid have a day off. Better yet, wrap this up so I can get back to mine.
He told me he got a message from an old associate. They were going to meet at the cantina.
Out here? He tell you anything about this old associate?
Not really. You know Torian. You think this wasn't a friendly meeting?
He won't answer or can't answer. I don't like either.
Should we head to the cantina?
You're starting to bore me.
Who do you think you are?
Name's Skadge.
Skadge. Okay, interesting. Call me Mako.
This thing begging for a treat?
Skadge. Don't you worry, I've got it committed to memory.
So what's next?
Tormund still has a target for us to deal with.
You've been a busy boy. Too busy. You should spend more time with your loved ones before they're gone. I'm extending you an invitation. An opportunity to appreciate what you have before you lose it. But if the boy's less close to you than we thought, it really doesn't matter. There'll be plenty of other opportunities for us to meet. If you want a chance to say goodbye, come to Hoth. We won't wait long.
Torian, we've got to save him.
He's not the one they're after.
Well, maybe not, but who knows what they'll do to get your attention.
Hate to say it, but she's got a point.
So what are we gonna do?
Set a course for Hoth.
Right, let's do this.
Your digs ain't much to look at. Least it's roomy. What do you do for fun in this dump?
You're here to work. How you occupy your off time is your own problem.
Gonna be your problem real soon. On the inside, I got bored. Somebody got stabbed. Gonna keep me busy.
Stick with me and you won't be short on targets.
That's more like it.
What is it they say about curiosity again? Does it involve lavish paid vacations? Maybe Trando-Shawnee flatcakes? So, I may have gone back into the SIS computers. Just a little.
SIS probably won't mind at all then. Seem like real understanding guys.
Sure. I mean, what could go wrong? Remember how I said I found birth certificates from my family? A dozen of them? Well, I found out that 10 of them also have death certificates.
I know you got your hopes up. Wish it had turned out better.
I'll get over it. Not like I haven't got tons of orphan experience already. I guess it's just me and Carl now. Well, on that cheery note, let's move on, huh?
I was starting to think we'd have to finish without you.
Buddy, you've got no idea what you just got yourself into.
You don't say. Why don't you come a little closer and explain it to me? Ambush, run! You aren't saying anything your friend doesn't already know. You know, Grand Champion, you've got talent. The Overseers would have scouted you eventually. We could have helped you make a real mark on the galaxy. Now you'll have to settle for your gaudy title and the price on your head.
Who are you working for?
We share a name you won't recognize. Geno Harridan. We solve the Republic's problems, remove troublemakers, keep things running smoothly. Bounty hunting isn't a game, whatever the Mandalorians think. It's serious business, with serious consequences. Consequences you're about to become intimately familiar with.
Sorry we're late.
Well, this is embarrassing. I owe you. Again. My turn to be bait, I guess.
Bet they wish they hadn't caught me now.
Loser's bet.
Hey, one of these creeps is still alive and kicking.
How? This should have been total overkill.
Despite what you think, the Great Hunt's no joke. There's a reason Mandalore made me his champion.
If this couldn't kill you, I don't know what would. I want out. I don't care how good the money is. It's not worth it.
It's too late for regrets.
Finished?
Grab your gear and get a move on. Mako, get back and pull together some data for our next target.
Got it. Be careful, you two. Glad to see you both made it back okay.
Welcome back, kid.
Siki pensi le kota kapota kinalo na pizza?
Thanks. Be back on the hunt?
We'll head out after a little R&R. I think it's deserved.
Seconded.
One of Tormund's lackeys forwarded a star chart to a system called Voss. The place isn't even on most maps yet. There's a lot of scuttlebutt about Voss's discovery on the HoloNet, but it's pretty far-fetched stuff even for spacer superstition. The astrogation computer's updated and ready to go when you are. Got a few minutes? Maybe you could give me a few pointers on my pistol technique.
Guns and my favorite girl? Sign me up.
You're so cute when you're thinking about shooting stuff. Because actually, I just wanted to show off. I've got a new shot, and I can't wait for you to see it. In fact, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing it in action myself. So what do you think?
Ought to try it out on a real target, I think.
Couldn't have suggested better myself. Let's move. I kind of want to shoot something now.
You got crummy taste and company. Bad enough with that skinny broad and the little twerp trying to walk tall. But I don't get how that squeaking thing in the belly-aching dandy ain't become target practice yet. How'd a hard case like you get tangled up with such a bunch of dainties?
It'd be a mistake to underestimate any of my crew.
Yeah? I ain't buying it. None of your tag-alongs would have lasted 2 minutes with any of my crowd.
I can't picture you as a people person.
Sitting around by myself. Ain't much of a party. Had a good thing going back on Coruscant. Empire shook that place up real good. No law. Just unclaimed turf. And millions of dregs clawing at each other for the scraps. One big round-the-clock brawl. Shame it didn't last.
The Republic sent in the troops?
Pecking order got sorted out, gangs formed, party ended. Still, turf wars were fun. My gang was top of the pack. Black Sun were killers to the core, not like those lazy, stinking huts. Wonder what they've been doing since I got nabbed. Gotta go find me something to break.
Never thanked you. Not making a big deal over me taking off. Good to see my brothers are still alive. Cordan owes me 50 credits.
Never leave a debt, Torian.
He's good for it. Been meaning to ask something. Mandalore tell you the race Ulnare when you were adopted into his clan?
There was a lot of stuff in Mandalorian. Could have been talking about the weather for all I know.
Sorta what I thought. Race Ulnare means 6 actions. The core of Mandalorian life. Speaking the language is a big one. I could teach you, if you're up for it.
I probably ought to know what my people were saying about me.
Have to find some time later, then.
Mo kila mo klunki. Yat, ang bumpa bosuda.
Go ahead, Blizz.
Sita hupa. Yuna lista chanagawa chi kastaina kontinka. Tahusula kihe shatang kukadurima bana.
I appreciate the gesture.
Domjen baba yasa rubaksi bati aloko. Chesko yaskia chanaga. Bumpa kontinka. Magusa no pachonki fa gutajioto India.
What makes them irreplaceable?
Flipanega tweety, hey, pokatonko, wana wanga. Tuntazuza nerko, higataloya, okata uzazul.
Just try not to get your hopes up, all right?
Higapanga. Chaponka utmangisa, chopod I kafuanchawa.
So, what do you know about Hilo Viz?
I've heard the name. She was some big-time spacer, wasn't she?
You could put it that way if you're partial to understatement. She broke the Mandalorian blockade at the Hydian Way. You know, the one that strangled Coruscant and dashed a full-scale Jedi assault. And it wasn't out of the goodness of her heart, either. Credits were involved. A lot of them.
She's single?
I heard that.
No, she's dead. According to the rumors, anyway. Most think the Hutts were behind Hylo's disappearance, but anyone who knew her could tell you they'd have better odds winning a marathon. No, she's still out there. Somewhere.
Why the sudden interest in a long-lost spacer?
Hylo was my old partner. More than that. That blockade run was the last thing we ever did together. Like I said, a lot of credits were involved. When I saw the opportunity, I took off and left Hylo holding the bag. Stupid.
You double-crossed your own girlfriend?
Technically, she wasn't my girlfriend when I double-crossed her. I was young and naive and maybe a little afraid of commitment. I didn't know what I lost until it was gone. Listen, I found out that an old associate from that blockade run is still around and kicking, a mutual acquaintance. I owe Hylo one last visit. If he knows where she's been laying low all this time, I've got to track him down.